Alright, this is the last part of Wednesday's class. This is 9.3, checkpoint number 8. So in your worksheet there's also a graphic organizer to help you out with this problem. So I'm going to switch to that. I did have students factor both this denominator and that denominator, so pause right now and go ahead and factor each of those. But if you unpaused, that would be x minus 2 and x minus 1. And then if I factored this out, that would be 3x minus 1. So as you can see here on the next step, they ask us to find the excluded values. So those excluded values are, as I switch over to a highlighter, would be x minus 2. I'm not going to write it double, but you know, it's pretty much the same denominator. And here, x minus 1, again, pretty much the same denominator. So I'll go ahead and set each one of those equal to 0. And we're going to go ahead and solve that out. So that was x minus 2 cannot be 0, and x minus 1 cannot be 0. So that means x cannot be positive 2, and x cannot be positive 1. So since my LCD seems to be x minus 2, x minus 1, and 3, I'm going to write those down together, x minus 2, x minus 1, and 3. Since none of these really have anything in common, I know a lot of students said the x, but I mean, that factor is not the same as that factor, right? So that means that my LCD would be x minus 2, x minus 1 over 3. So on our problem here, I'm going to go ahead and write down our factors that we found from the last problem. I believe that was x minus 2. And then that would be 3x minus 1. So our LCD was 3 times x minus 2, x minus 1. I know this is a little repetitive to write down, but you almost got this. We're going to see what cancels out, alright? So as we could see here that these would cancel, and those would cancel, and I'm left with 5 times 3 divided by 1, which is 15. These cancel, and I'm left with, those cancel, 3 times x minus 1, and these would cancel, those would cancel, and I'm left with x minus 2 times x plus 6. So I'm going to simplify this out. I'm going to FOIL this out, and I should, again, pause, do that now, work it out, remember how to distribute, remember how to multiply binomials. Alright, but unpause, that would be negative 3x, positive 3. That would be x squared plus 4x minus 12. So I'm going to combine like terms. That would be negative 3x plus 18. Alright, let's go ahead and move some of these factors over. Opposite of a negative 3x is a positive 3x. So that's 18 equals x squared plus 7x minus 12. Let's move that positive 18 by doing the opposite, which is a negative 18. Okay, so I'm finally 0 equals x squared plus 7x minus 30. I believe, yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and factor this out. So take some time, factor it out. It does factor. I'm going to go ahead and let you know what that would be. That would be a positive 10 and a negative 3. So I'm going to set each one of these equal to 0, so I can solve this out. Alright. So that would be x equals either negative 10 or x equals positive 3. Those are my two solutions. Now I'm going to look and see if there's any excluded values. So here, that's my denominator there, and there. So if I set these equal to I don't want my denominator to be 0. It's definitely a big no-no. And the way I remember that is I do not want my denominator to be 0. That's not okay. It's no. It's no. That's just not good. It's not good. Alright, so if I look at these, I think my excluded value here, I cannot have x be 2 or x cannot be 1. And as I match them up, I'm going to look and see. Just going to highlight and see. That's my excluded value there, and my excluded value there. Hey, I didn't get any excluded values, so that means these two are my solutions. Awesome. So in the interest of time, I had students do this. In the worksheet, there was numbers 5 through 7 that I had them do, as well as number 12. We'll be going over those in the next class, and I'll expect you guys to be doing that, as well as getting ready for the practice test, which we'll be taking on Monday. I believe that's Monday, December 10th. Alright, see you in class. If you have any questions on the homework, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.